because, again, they failing to do their job. Clearly, they don't understand where we at with this. You know, this is why we voted for Trump. For those that don't like it, you don't have to like it. But this is why the people that voted, the vast majority of people that voted for Trump, this is why we voted for him. Because we wanted what we're asking for, which is no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, and so forth. That is what we voted for, and that is what we want. And for some reason, they feel the need. Hey, Leah, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? God bless you, Leah. Thank you for welcome in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. They don't get it. They're not getting it. And what's going to end up happening is they're going to find out real quick, why. When we find out all the Republicans that are holding this up, like they did with the compressors and some other thing, it's game over for them. It is game over for them. I'm a little ticked because they must have forgot. They think that because a lot of people switched to Republican, this is about the Republican Party, and obviously they didn't get it. This is about America First agenda. This is where we at with this. And America First agenda has nothing to do so much with the Republican Party as it does with, for once, we need the American First agenda is more targeted to the working class citizens who need a break and is fighting for the break. And that's why most of us, yes, rhinos, you're absolutely right, Leah. You're absolutely right. Let me get in there. All right. Yeah, this is the reason why we voted the way we voted. And if these Republicans don't get on board with this and they don't do the right thing, it's going to be game over for them. Because I'm telling you, just like how I relentlessly go in on the Democratic Party, I will find out individual names and I will go in relentlessly against them. And I will do everything I can do to make sure that they don't win no elections and they're out of there totally. Because at the end of the day, this is not so much about the Republican Party. And if they start to become like what I see in the Democratic Party, it's game over for them too. And I know it's not all the Republicans, but we got these rhinos who we call rhinos, and this is what we're talking about because they are not doing the right thing. We voted for Trump, and we voted for these policies for a reason. If there was a different face beside Trump that was implementing these very same policies, it will still be the same policies. So wherever y'all got in your mind, Republicans, for some reason, I don't know what y'all thinking, y'all better get your mind out of it and get on board with what we talking about. Simple as that. What we want. We wanted what Trump campaigned on. That's why he won. That is why he won. The America First agenda. No tax on overtime. No tax on tips. No tax on Social Security. And that tax cuts all together is what we were looking for, amongst other things like the border and stuff like that, which thank God y'all wasn't part of us trying to fix it. Trump had to do the job without y'all. What's up, say? God bless you, God bless you. Yeah, I'm using two different screens here, so if I look like I'm looking one way, looking the other way, is because I'm on two different screens. How's everything going, Leah? If you're still in the building, but if you're on this live, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, and I'm ticked. I'm dead serious. And I know there's some people say, oh, I'm ticked. I'm dead ticked. Now, I voted down Republican line for this very reason. And so this shouldn't even be that hard. But, we know we got rhinos and we got to, for those that have social media accounts, YouTube, whatever, social, like I'm dead serious. We all need to unify and we need to find out who these Republicans are. And we need to all go mention name by name and say, listen, either y'all get on board or we're going to put y'all out of this game. It's real talk. We're not playing with these Republicans. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I just was trying to see how you was doing. That's what's up, Leah. This is crazy. I mean, this should be a done deal. Can I see? Can you see on my? Nah. There's no way to let somebody see. I'm not gonna let nobody see all my guns. Nah. That's the the two that you see is the two you get to see. But yeah, this is crazy, Leah. I mean, just so y'all know, I'm on two different screens working. But Leah, this is crazy. This is out of the box crazy. I can't believe that we even having this. But how you doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? For those that are saying hi, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But this is where I'm at with that. I'm ticked with the Republican Party at this point. And I know it's not all of them. I know there's only a handful. I think it's like 5 of them that's holding this bill up. And as I collect names and I find out for sure that these are the 5, if it's 5 or more, whoever it is, I'm going in. And I'm going in hard. I'm dead serious. I do not care. This is not about the Republican Party. This is about the America First agenda. That's it. We agree with the policy that Trump was implementing, and that's what we want. My 458 SOCOM, that's my favorite. It's probably the one right there. But yeah, I'm done with this. Like, we should not be even having this conversation. This should be an easy target. This should have been an easy, done deal process. Should have been easy. It should have been easy. I don't even understand what's the holdup. We trusted, the reason why the vast majority of Americans voted for Trump, because we trusted him to do more of what he did the first time he was in office. And the second part of it is, we knew that he had more experience since he was there from the first time. No, I'm not. James, how you doing? God bless y'all. Welcome in. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Please hit the subscribe button. But yeah, it's crazy. No, man, I just love my country. I'm not a soldier. But no, I'm not a soldier, James. But I love my country, and I got nothing but respect for anyone that serves in the military. God bless everyone, every single one of them. But this is where I'm at with that, and I got beef with that. Like, I'm dead serious, got beef with this, and I'm telling you that as we find out who these Republicans are, it's game over for them. Real talk, it's game over. Because I'm going in hard, just like how I go against the Democratic Party, and I have my reasons why I go up against the Democratic Party. And I'm not saying that there is not no Democratic politician that maybe maybe doing the right thing, but the vast majority of the Democratic Party is a problem for me. So I'm not supporting nothing that they have. And right now they're trying to implement a bill right now to once again give out a bunch of handouts to people that did not work for them. And I got a problem with that. They're writing bills to say, oh, they tried to, because I guess they mad because Trump writing a bill to try to cut Section 8 and all that other stuff. My thing is that this is the reason why you got lazy people. Because you keep trying to create ways for them to be lazy. And I'm not saying that people don't deserve help. And I agree with that. Sometimes people do need help. I don't have to be careful. I'm an American citizen. I can say game over mean we not voting for them no more. That's what game over mean. But, at the end of the day, it's we the people, not we the politicians. That's what it is. It's we the people, not we the politicians. So for people that believe that politicians have certain powers, they don't. They are elected officials who are supposed to be working for the people. And the people that voted them in office is the ones they should be working for. They shouldn't be working for illegal immigrants. They shouldn't be working for this and we're working for that. When I say game over, that means that you're not going to we're going to come against you, and we're going to make sure that you don't get a chance to get back in Congress, because clearly you're not about the America First agenda. You want some other stuff. And my thing is this: if you got a problem with no tax on tips for working class citizens, and I'm not saying you, James, I'm saying these politicians. If you got a problem with cutting tax for working class citizens, you are a tyrant. That's clearly you are. If you got a problem with cutting taxes for everyday working citizens, you are a tyrant, whether you Democrat or whether you Republican or even independent. I don't care. If you got a problem with what's in that bill as it relates to cutting taxes, you are a problem. And that's where I'm at with that. I don't care who you are, whether you Democrat or Republican. You do not deserve your position if you're not doing the right by the people who voted for you. That's it. That means that you got in office, and a lot of these Republicans that are there now, a lot of them got there because of Trump. So now you're going to try to flip the switch and act like you're not for what we voted for? Now that means you got something in your mind that you want to do, and it's not right by the people. So okay, it's like I said, it's going to be game over for them because we're not doing that. We voted for Trump for a reason, not because it's Trump. It's because the policies that he implemented and what he ran on, the vast majority of American citizens wanted that. We wanted our border closed. We wanted all these illegal crossings to stop. We wanted these people deported. This is what we voted for. Rather, if somebody agree with it or not, that's one thing. This is what won the election. These policies is what which won the election. So if this is what won the election, we should not have to worry about Republicans getting in office and want to try to flip the switch to what they want and try to, I don't know where they're getting this idea that it's about them. And I'm good. I don't want no Republicans that is thinking this way. When we find out who you are, we're going in on them. And we're going to make sure publicly they're known so that they do not win any more elections. And it's as simple as that. I voted down Republican line. Doesn't mean I like all the Republicans that I voted for. I voted down Republican line because I wanted to make sure as much as possible that the policies that Trump was going to implement when he got into office would have a by far better chance of passing. So now we have the House and we have the Senate, and then all of a sudden this is it became complicated. Oh, okay. That's all I'm saying. They pulled they gonna find out real quick. They're gonna find out real quick. And you're right, James. They're gonna find out real quick. It's wrong. Somewhere along the line, it became about them, or they. And see what the thing about a lot of these career politicians, and like I said, I don't know all of the names, but this is why I have a problem with a lot of these career politicians, because somewhere along the line they've been in these positions so long that they think it's about them. They're so used to doing what they wanted to do, that they forgot that it is about we the people. So let this bill not pass. Let it not pass, and let us keep having this problem. See how this go. Believe me when I tell you. Listen, I'm on Truth Social, and I go to Truth Social where I get a lot of because it gives me direct information of what Trump and the administration is doing, and I go to X and I do that. I use my YouTube page because that's for the most part, the only platform that I personally use. But I do have a platform on X, and I do have one on Truth Social. They're just not as I don't use them as often as I do this one. This is my main platform. YouTube is what I usually use for the most part. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But this is where I'm at with this. I'm up to here with some of these Republicans, and I know it's not all of them, but I'm up to here with them. And I'm at the point where I don't want to keep beating his head, but this is where I want to start my video at. And I just want to make it clearly known. And if anybody watching this live, please share this video. Please, I don't care if you clip this, whatever. Let people know who these Republicans are. If you're a supporter, if you voted for Trump and you support this administration and you support the American First agenda, please, I would say make videos. And I know you're going to get some smoke out of it because we always do, but who cares? Make videos, find out who these people are. We expose these rhino Republicans and make sure that everybody know that if they don't do the right thing, we going to make sure that they don't get back in office no more. They're going to be fired for the most part. And that's real talk. And I'm gonna stop rambling on about it. Because at some point I'll just start making shorts, and I'm gonna keep making shorts until that thing gets done. Appreciate you, GWH, whatever. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, man. Yeah, and that's where I'm at with that. I'm ticked. Like this shouldn't have been this. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. We should be celebrating right now. That's what we should be saying. Okay, relief. The real relief that we all were looking for is now finally coming. And I'm good. I'm done with them. I'm done. You're gonna get those Republicans are gonna get treated like I treat the Democrats right now, and that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna be making video after video after video until I find out, until we get what we looking for. Yeah, we got lied to. I agree with you to some extent, GWH. I agree. I feel like we did get lied to. Because like I said earlier in the video, I voted down Republican lines to make the job easier for the policies to get through. Because I agree with the policies that Trump he was implementing. What he ran on, I agreed with. Now they want to make this political. They're gonna play. They're gonna F around and find out. And that's all to it. And that's why I say, if anybody have a YouTube platform, those that are support the policies that Trump ran on, listen, you might have changed your stance. You might have thought, oh, he wasn't going to be. Now you got in there and say, oh, he actually doing what he said he was. All I'm saying is, it's game on. It's game on. It's game on. It's game on. And all I'm saying is, we need to expose them. Whatever social media account or platform you guys use, let them know. No, we're not doing that. They decided to go their own route with this, and it's game on. That's all. And we're going to make sure that they don't get back in them. We removed them out of the job because they're traitors. Because they forgot what their job was. They forgot who we voted for. They somewhere along the line, they forgot. They really forgot. Now, they might have support in their counties, but when we find out where they're at, we're going to make sure we handle that too. Believe me when I tell you. See, what these Republicans like that are failing to realize is that mainstream media does not have the influence that they keep acting like they have. When you look at mainstream media like ABC, CBS, and all of these news outlets and stuff, people don't watch them like they used to because we don't trust most of what comes from them. We stopped trusting them a while ago. So a lot of us nowadays are actually going out, getting the information ourselves, finding more than one resource for our information. We might listen to what they say, but we can't believe what they say. So their influence has lost a whole lot of steam because of it. And they haven't stopped yet. They haven't backed off of that yet. So their influence have lost a whole lot of steam. So therefore, they're taking the MAGA movement, which is Make America Great Again, they're taking it lightly. They're taking it extremely lightly. See, what they fail to realize is when Trump won this election, it was real votes. Not fake votes, not made up votes, not votes that somebody threw in there and manipulated the system. They were real voters and real people. Now, I'm from the city of Philadelphia. I'm telling you now, they love to cheat. And if you look at that other election where they keep trying to say, oh, he won't say he lost the election, he didn't lose that election. But it is what it is. Oh, okay, I get it. I wasn't turncoat. I got a lot going on, so I really wasn't reading what everybody was saying, but unless you respond to somebody else. But yeah, I'm good, man. They flipped the script. To me, those rhinos are probably underhandedly Democrats to me, and I got a problem with that. Is that Joda? These words over here are real small, but hey Joda, how you doing? God bless you. God bless you. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, I'm done. Like, I need to, once I go find out, and I'm going to be doing shorts on all of these names that did not do the right thing. What's up, MTV? I'm going to go flip the script on every last one of them. Once I find out for sure, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to play out because I'm not, I try to give things time to play out to see how it ends up. But once I know for sure that this is what they're doing, because there might be something I don't know what's going on in the background. Man, I might not know what's going on in the background, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. And that's where I'm at with that. And I got beef with what's going on. I don't like what's going on. I'm not happy with what's going on. And it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem for me. And I'm telling y'all now that once I find out what Republicans are doing this, and they're ones that hold up, and I need to know why, they better have a good reason. So far, I haven't heard one. But it's game over. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna go in social media wise relentlessly against them in hopes that they never win another election And yeah, I might not have the largest social media channel, but what they don't realize is that the people that are supporters of Trump, there's a lot of them that have millions and millions of followers, and they watch their channel every single day. You take these people lightly all you want. They have a large influence on the way things are going to go down the road. And when they start coming out at you, if I looked at all of the people that have large channels that have supported, that have voted for Trump, I can easily, collectively, it will be in the millions easily. Like I know people that got 2-3 million followers that have been relentlessly trying to support Trump in his campaign over and over. And I'm not even talking about the bigger ones like Benny Johnson and some of the other. But what I'm telling you is that if these Republicans don't think that these YouTubers and these people that are social media individual wise don't have an influence on how people vote, they're gonna find out. They have a strong influence. I personally know that I've probably gotten Trump easily about 1,000 votes. I know that personally. Even though not just off my channel, but I'm just talking about individually talking to people. I know he easily about 1,000 votes. Maybe more. I doubt if it's any less. Why? Because I get out and I talk. And at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, say what you want to say. I got beef with these Republicans, and they better have a very, very, very good reason why they're holding this bill up. And I don't want to hear nothing about no stupid stuff. What's up, Christian? How you doing? God bless you. I don't understand the question. See, why do I have guns? As opposed to what do I have guns? Because it's I'm assuming you're saying why do I have guns? Because I'm American, and it's my constitutional right. And other than that, I like guns. I don't care. I'm not out there shooting to hurt nobody, but I like guns. But outside of that, I'm American, and that's our constitutional right to keep and bear arms. That's right. And the government ain't supposed to have no say so in that as Americans. That's our right. And the government is not supposed to be even involved with your right to keep and bear arms. And honestly, and I'll tell the people this all the time, they should have United States government should have zero say so on what type of weapons you have the right to have and not have. What's up, A to Z? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. Christian, how you doing? I appreciate you. I appreciate your comment. But yeah, that's why. If you're an American citizen, you have a right to keep and bear arms, and you should not allow the government. I wish I had a bazooka. I don't think the government should have say so on anything you should have, because, in my opinion, and this is everybody have their own interpretation of what they believe in, and this is not really my opinion. My interpretation of the Second Amendment, it don't specify what type of arms. And my thing is this: you should have, in my opinion, American citizens should have the access to the best weapons possible, and no government should say so none. Because if the government decides to implement slavery right now, how will the American citizens be able to defend themselves against that if we don't have access to the best weapons possible? If we don't have access to the best weapons possible as American citizens, if the government decided to go tyrannical, how will you be able to defend yourself? That's what our United States Constitution is about. Self-preservation is part of it, but it's not. That's like a byproduct of it. The real reason we have it is because government will try to use the power of the government to try to force people to obey them. That can happen whether you got laws or not. See, my thing is this: is that you can't dictate, or nor can you determine what somebody's going to do. You don't know. No matter what way it is, and no way, shape, or form are you going to know. The thing of it is that if that person decided to do what you're saying, Carlos, and you don't have a weapon, how are you going to be able to stop them? Because that can happen one way or the other. It doesn't matter. and you're going to trust the government to be able to protect you. Listen, I live in a city. The police can't even protect you. Even though they say protect and serve. If a criminal was about to attack me right now, it would take a phone call and probably 5 to 6 minutes, possibly, and in most cases longer than that, for the police to come. You think that the person that's about to do damage to me is going to give me, oh, you know what, let me just wait. Go ahead and make that 911 call, and I'll wait till the police get here before I decide to do what I'm going to do to you. You see my point? You are responsible for your self-preservation, and you are responsible for protecting you and the things around you and the people that you care about. Ain't nothing you can do to take you hostage. But my thing is this: if you see somebody about to do something to you and you pull out a weapon prior to that, they're going to have second thoughts about what they're going to do to you. See, the thing about this is that anyone that is disarmed and don't have the ability to protect themselves automatically become a possible victim. That's the part that a lot of people seem to miss. You telling me that you now, I don't know if you're an American citizen, right? I understand. I know you. I don't know if you're an American citizen or American or not. But here's my point. You're going to trust the lying government to protect you. Now, here's my point to that. Just not long ago, that very same government, God bless y'all, appreciate y'all, please hit the line. That very same government invited all of these people to come across that border, and they did not check who they were and how they were. That was an invasion. That was an invasion. So, therefore, and why would I trust the very government to protect me when they could not even stop what was coming across the border? See, my point is this, is that's why I say government don't care about you. You have to care about you. And you should not let the government tell you what you can and cannot have. That is about this. That is crazy. Here's my point to that. United States Constitution said that this right shall not be infringed. You know why it tells you not to it shall not be infringed? Because that right is against the government. That right to keep and bear arms is against the United States government. To protect, so you have the ability to protect yourself from the United States government if they go tyrannical, right? So if they go to, why would you let the government tell you what you can and cannot have to defend yourself against the government? That's what it's written for. It's not about so much about protect yourself from criminals. That's what the politicians want you to believe. That way, if you believe it's about criminals, then they're going to limit what you can and cannot have. It's to protect against tyrannical government. So if the right to keep and bear arms is for me to protect myself against the tyrannical government, and then I know the government got tanks, why should I let the government tell me I can't? That's the stupidity of it. Why would you let the government tell you what you cannot have when the right to keep and bear arms is for you to protect yourself against them? So if you go, let's say you get ready to war against your neighbor, you gonna let your neighbor pick what type of weapon you can have to defend yourself? No. And the government got the better powerful weapons. And what did Biden say? Well, if you're gonna take on the government, you're gonna need F-15, something like that. He said. All right, so that means that I need to find a way to get an F-15, and the government should not have no say so whether I can have one or not. Why? Because I need to have the best weapons possible to protect myself against y'all, just in case y'all go crazy. Because they have already shown themselves to be that. Well, sorry about the topic of discussion. It started out about these rhino Republicans, but we ended up on the Constitution. But it's cool. My lives always go sideways, so I'm good. I'll talk about anything. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't really matter to me. But if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. And that's real talk. That's why I tell people, don't you ever let the minute a politician, and this is information that you need to know if you're an American citizen, any politician that starts talking about banning guns, banning weapons, which type of weapon you can and cannot have, and they start talking about, oh, we need to have common sense gun law, never vote for them. Because they're telling you without telling you that they are tyrannical. I don't have to figure out whether you tyrannical or not. The minute I hear that come out your mouth, banning guns, limiting guns, this and that, because that don't affect criminals, that affect everyday honest citizens who don't go out here trying to kill and break laws. So when I hear it come out your mouth, you will never get my vote. So when I tell people, if you really want to know who you should and should not vote for, that is the one clear sign. If they're a politician running in America and they start talking about banning guns or limiting what you can and cannot have or anything in that nature, you need not vote for them. Because now they kind of, because what happens, they got access to it, but they don't want you to have access to it. And when they come here and they start trying to tell you what you can and cannot do, they're going to use weapons to make sure that they pull that off. So why would you let them tell you what you can and cannot have? That is the point that I'm making. You think so? So, all right, I can't really see the name, but Smith, I'm going to say Smith. Let me explain something to you. So what happened with COVID? When they told y'all to stay in the house. And they told you you had to shut your business down. That's tyrannical. See, I didn't follow that, but that's what they did. They told you to stay in the house. That's tyrannical. They made a mandate look like a law and they forced you to do it. That was overreach. They didn't have the right to do that, but they did. And then what did people do? They obeyed. So if you think for a minute that the government can't become tyrannical, you're about to find out. See, the thing about it is that when you have that mentality and you let your guards down, that's when it happens. I think everything is a potential dangerous weapon. A car is a potential dangerous weapon. So are we going to ban cars? Because there was not too long ago, people took a car and ran through a crowd of people and killed a lot of people. Are we going to ban cars? See, they tell y'all that stuff because they know most people like that because they're going to think, oh, it's so dangerous. Guns are not dangerous. Guns are not dangerous to no one. People are dangerous. Guns don't have personalities. They don't have the ability to get up and walk. They don't have the ability to do none of that stuff. It's not until someone decides to do something crazy with it and they don't take your gun. You can do a knife and do a whole lot of damage. You can get poisoned and do a whole lot of damage. It's so many things you can do a lot of damages, and you don't particularly need a weapon, a gun to do it. So, but when you hear them say that, it's not to your best interest. It's because they want to control you. Oh, I didn't say it was that simple, but my thing is this. Here's my point to that. I'd rather have something than nothing. And I get what you're saying, Carlos, but my thing is this. If the government was deciding to go tyrannical right now, and you don't have nothing, and I have something, and we're sitting in two different places but near each other, they'll be able to overtake you before they take me. That's why people say, give me liberty or give me death. No, by who? You said you need to be trained and licensed, right? Why? Why should you be? Listen, I'm not saying you should go get a weapon and not be trained and licensed. But again, you're letting the government tell you what you can and cannot do. Do the government tell you when you go to the store and buy you some food? Should they be able to tell you what kind of food you buy? See, the more you keep giving them control over your life, the more they're going to take it. What's up out the pit? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you, brother. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, you're right, Ed. Driving is a privilege, but it doesn't stop people from taking a car and running other people over with. And that is the point that I'm making. And you're right. Owning a gun is a right. And that right isn't given to you by other people, by the government. I should be in. Why, wait a minute. Do the government do that? Do the government ensures a day? Listen, the government has done more damage to people irresponsibly than any American citizen have ever done. Look at all of the people that the government accidentally killed. And so you want these very same irresponsible politicians who don't know how to manage money, who don't know how to manage a country, and have killed more people by making wrong and bad decisions across the board. You want these very same people to tell you what you can and cannot have when they haven't even held themselves accountable for the damage they have done. They haven't held themselves accountable. So now you want them to tell you rather you should have a license to do this and a permit to do that and a permission to do that. No. I'm not asking for their permission because it ain't them to give me the right to do it. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. If you go look at why it's there, it'll tell you the whole story. It'll tell you the whole story. You should not trust other people for your protection. You should be your protection. And if you really want to do it, you should get your family together. All of y'all train together, learn together, and be efficient. That way, y'all can you can form a militia amongst your family to protect you and your family against tyrannical government. And that's real talk. Against a possible tyrannical. How do I feel about Israel? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm American. I don't have no beef with no country. I don't have no anger against no country. I'm not concerned about Israel because I'm not from Israel. I'm concerned about my country, and I'm concerned about the people of my country. I have nothing but love for other countries, and it ain't got nothing to do with just Israel. That's any of them. I want the best for them. I don't have no beef with no country. They got their problems just like we got ours. And that's just not Israel. That's all of them. But I can't worry about nobody else's country when I need to more so worry about my own, because this is where I reside and my family reside. So my first thing is I don't have no beef with Israel. I don't feel no kind of way about Israel. What I feel about is my country, and I want my country to do well. And I'm okay with other countries doing well too. So I don't have no beef with no country. But I think that most of these countries need to handle their own problems, just like we need to handle our own problem. Like when we have people coming across the border that should not be coming across that border, we have a president who handled the problem. He shut it down. Is there a genocide? Again, people in America die all the time. Israel is not responsible for the safety of America. America is responsible for the safety of America first. Israel is responsible for the safety of Israel. And every other country are responsible for the safety of its people. And if the leaders of that country aren't doing the right things by the people, then the people need to find out what they need to do to get rid of the leadership. Simple as that. It's the same thing in your very own home. If you don't have somebody protecting your home, and you just let anybody and everybody come inside your home, you're not protecting your home. That is every country's job and responsibility to protect the country and protect its people. Or you just don't care about your people. That's first. That's just my opinion, but that's first. And it's the same thing in America. Yes, America has murders and killing going on all the time. We had our border was being invaded by foreigners, and our leadership did not do nothing about it prior to what we have now, which is Trump. The leadership let it happen, and we voted them out because they let it happen. And then what happened is it was murdering and killing from illegal immigrants to American citizens, and our leadership prior to that wasn't protecting them. Now we got people protecting them. Appreciate you, Ed. Appreciate you very, very much. Now we got leadership protecting our country and making decisions that is beneficial to our country. That's the leadership that we are supposed to have in your country. So any country that got leadership that they got there and it's not doing the right by their country, you need to question your leadership. You don't question another country. You question your leadership. And if they're not doing right by y'all, then y'all should go after your leadership and say, unify, get together, say we need to remove that leadership. I don't care what country you from. And I don't know y'all process in any other country. But in here, we vote out. We vote them out. Trump for president in 2030. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I like Trump. And like I said, I voted for him, and I would. Trump ain't getting voted out, bro. This is his last term, but I guarantee you he's not getting voted out. He technically can't run again. But he's not getting voted out. And honestly speaking, he's doing a hell of a job. He's doing a better job than I even expected. But mainstream media ain't going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you all of the trillions of dollars that's being invested into America and bringing back better paying, better jobs in America. They're not going to tell you that. You know what they're going to tell you? Oh, he's doing a horrible job. And Laura, she says she hates Trump. That's fine if you hate him. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You have a right to hate him. My question is why? What did he do to you? What did he do to you? It's like me saying I hate Biden. I don't like what he did. I don't like the job he did. It was a stupid job. He didn't do right by the people. He didn't do right by the people. But the reality of it is, all of this stuff that Trump is doing is more so targeting America, everyday working, hard-working American citizen. Was there going to be a little bit of pain there? Yeah. For some people, yeah. Not me personally, but yeah. You think he's rude? Let me explain something to you. If you think Trump is rude, and he might be, yeah, I fish all the time. If you look at some of my videos, I do have some of me actually fishing. But Laura, if you think Trump is rude, I want you to go look at some of the shorts of what Trump has done for people, and you tell me how rude you really think he is. Matter of fact, I just posted a short with a black lady talking about how Trump saved her life. 47, hey, what's up, my brother? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? God bless you out there, 47, man. Appreciate you coming in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, I don't really fish in the pond. There's a river that I fish at most of the time is the Delaware River. I fish most. I usually catch cat there. Striper come through there. That's what I'm actually when I keep going now because I'm trying to at least get me one nice size striper. Be nice, but I'm waiting for the striper run. But I've seen a couple of them, but they're not coming through heavy yet. But I haven't not in the pond. I don't think I've ever caught no crappies. But I've caught perch, I've caught bluegill, catfish, striper, probably a few other things, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, I love the fish. I love it. Fishing is a beautiful thing. If I could fish all day long, I would. Nigga, I don't have no boats or nothing. I just fish off the land, but that's good enough for me. But yeah, listen, as it relates to that, I don't. If these Republicans don't do the right thing and get this bill passed, believe me when I tell you, I'm going in on them. No problem, 47, man. God bless you. God bless you. Appreciate you, man. I'm not going to be here too long myself, but I appreciate you coming in, man, all the time, man. I hope all is well out there. Be safe out there, brother. Out the pit, my brother. How you doing? If anybody's on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. You guys on this live, please also, if y'all look at Out the Pit, he's check their channel out, man. Especially on their Sunday night lives. You might want to chime in on that, man, because they are very, very their channel is very interesting. Unfortunately they be up late, and I'm an early bird dude because I get up real early in the morning time. But if you guys on this live, please check out Out the Pitch channel. Out the Pit, if you in there, man, you're still in the chat. If you could click the link in there, hopefully you get a few subscribers out of that. But they should check out his channel, man. It's very, very interesting. When I go to their channel, I go to be a kid again. I enjoy their channel. It's very, very interesting. Oh yeah, I agree with you, 47. I agree with you. I didn't even get into that part. You're right. My man over here, I'm on my other channel, on the other live. A to Z says, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Thomas Jefferson. Quote. But here's my my thing is this, he's right. And that's why, unfortunately, the gun conversation as it relates to the Second Amendment is not just about guns, it's about weapons. It's not a conversation that we have a lot of, and we need to have way more of it. And this is the reason why I do a lot of gun content as much as I can is on the Second Amendment, is because of that reason. Because a lot of times we don't realize how ignorant we are when we just think, oh, guns are bad. And the people that's telling you that guns is bad, I guarantee you they got guns in their house. And that's real talk. But yeah, Out the Pit put it on there. So if anybody on my live, please give the brother a shout out. I'm giving him a shout out, but check out his channel, Out the Pit. When I say you're going to enjoy his channel, especially if you chime in on his Sunday lives, you're going to enjoy their channel. I mean, like I said, I go there. That's when I get the chance to be a kid again. When I'm on my channel, I'm a little more serious. Even though I do joke around, I have a humorous personality. No problem, brother. No problem at all. I mean, much love. I don't like, for me, I enjoy, and I'm a very humorous person. But sometimes, when I do get a chance to chime in on a live, if I'm up late enough, I get a chance. I watch, even if sometimes I might not say nothing, but I'll be sitting there watching in the background. But I really appreciate their channel because they ask a whole lot of questions that it gets you thinking, and that's real talk. Yeah. Now my man, on the other page, my man A to Z says again, and he putting up some real stuff on here. He said essentially, when the law are used to benefit a particular group of individuals at the expense of others, they become a form of tyranny, and that's true. My thing is this: is that we really have to pay attention to United States law and what was going on at that time and why they wrote this Constitution the way that they wrote it. United States Constitution is supreme law. And be honest with you, when I look at the Supreme Court and I see how I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm sorry, I can't see that. My phone is a little bit ways, and these words are so small over here. But when I say people need to pay attention to what the United States Constitution is supreme law. And the Supreme Court needs to do a better job of getting rid of things that violates your right to keep and bear arms. And my thing is this, is that it's a problem. It's a problem across the board. When your Supreme Court allows them to keep writing laws that violates your right to keep bear arms and make it more complicated, sending you through heat, they should cut it to get rid of all of them, because I think all gun laws are unconstitutional. That's my opinion. What's up, Donald? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Again, I disagree with gun laws. I don't like them. I think all gun laws are unconstitutional. If it limits your ability or your right to keep and bear arms, or if it makes it complicated, or in some cases what they'll do is they'll try to tax it out the game, which is another form of tyranny. So they'll try to add all of these regulations and all. No, all that stuff need to go away. All of it. If a person is out there doing harm to people, then they need to lock them up and put them away, and that's it. Stop giving these people, some of these crazies, more chances to go out there and hurt more people. And my thing is this: they let them back out in the street, and then still tell you what you can and cannot have, and they'll still let the criminals back on the street. They'll still let these illegals come over here and do whatever they want to do, but they won't put a stop to it. But yet they'll keep doing that. What's up, Texas Repo? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Yes, it does. It sums it up. It sums it up. It should not be infringed. And that's where I'm at with that. I don't agree with gun laws. None of them. And my thing is this: if you lock up the criminals and keep them locked up, the ones that are out here doing crazy stuff, but they, you know what they do? Oh, we'll let them back out in the street. Why? They want them to terrorize it because they like criminals. Yeah, that was a specific question, Donald, but I know how you are. We already know Donald's not your name. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you look like. But you do come in, and I appreciate your support, but we don't know who you are, and we don't know what you look like. But yeah, he asked a question. And that means that that doesn't say he's trying not to follow the Constitution. What it says is that he don't know if it is, and they looking into it. And eventually, once he find out for sure, it's going to be, they'll handle it the way it be handled. That's it. That's it. But, you know, I know y'all, the Trump haters always interpreted stuff the way they want to. Well, we already know how Donald is. Katrina, I don't know if you're on here, but we already know Donald is, he is the #1 Trump hater of all. He's top dog Trump hater. But it's all good, though, because he's a good supporter. He comes to my channel on a regular, and, you know, we already know how he is. He does what he does, and he's very good at his job. I ain't got nothing, but he's very good at his job. He didn't say he didn't know what it was. He just had to make sure how he interpreted what it said. And that's anybody. None of us know everything about the Constitution. But if you want to make sure you interpreted it right, you want to be patient and do it the right way. What's wrong with that? If I'm not sure of something, then I'm going to fall back and say, you know what? Let me get more insight on this before. I guarantee you that if you talk to the vast majority of the politicians that are in office right now, and you start asking them constitutional questions, most of them not going to know. Most of them not even going to know it. But yet we voted them in office. I guarantee you, they swear to uphold the Constitution, and I guarantee you that a vast majority of these politicians, doesn't matter what side they're on, probably don't know it. Probably don't even know what the Constitution actually says. And I'll be honest with you, they don't. I'm telling you, if you listen to a lot of these politicians and what they try to say, and you just look at the stuff that they write and what they try to say. Now, here's the thing. Trump isn't really technically a career politician. He hasn't been there as long as a lot of these other politicians. So they should, for the most part, know more about the Constitution technically than he does. But he's there. And my thing is this: if I'm not sure of something, doesn't mean I don't know it, what it says. What I'm trying to do is make sure I understand the interpretation of it, not so much what it says. And he didn't say nothing about he didn't know what the Constitution says. He was trying to make sure that he was interpreting it right. I'll be honest with you, I don't know no good lures for that because I don't even use lures. Where I fish at, I actually use raw and cooked shrimp. That's all I use. I don't even switch up, and it works for me. It just, that river that I fish at, I use cooked shrimp and raw shrimp, and for the most part, it has worked for me. As the water warms up for me, when I'm out there fishing, I end up catching it with the same stuff. So I never use a lure at all. I don't where I fish, I don't need them. But unfortunately, I have no clue. I just that's when I go fishing where I fish at. I use I just use cooked shrimp and raw shrimp. And as the water warms up, I get a lot more activity as the water warms up. But I'm just trying to catch that striper run that comes through there. But it haven't came through yet. Yeah, it hasn't came through yet, but we'll see. There's a couple. I seen one guy pull out a striper, but it's not a lot of them there. But I haven't used them. A buddy of mine used to use lures out there, but I used to catch a lot more out of them what I use. That's why I just stuck with it, and he just switched back to what we use. For some reason, it just works. You're gonna catch a lot of catfish. You're gonna catch a lot of eel too, but I've caught some 30-inch striper easily with the same thing I've been using. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, I don't know. Like where I'm at, it's not really like a big fishing thing, so I don't even know where I would find that at. But I'm gonna look if I can find some way to actually have them. Um, I'll use it. But where I'm at, I don't. It's not really. It's not a whole lot of places you could buy fishing stuff from. What's up, Peter? How you doing? Yeah, I just wrote it down to remind myself, but I'm definitely going to do look into that. But yeah, if you guys on this live, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. I'm getting ready to get up out of here because I got to go take care of some stuff. Um, I might get back on later on today, but it all depends on. Oh, okay, cool. But I appreciate that digital, really do. Hopefully I'm reading that right because these letters on my phone be small as I don't know what, and my eyesight ain't the worst, but some things is hard, a little blurry to see when I'm looking. But it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all coming on this live. I really do. Um, I really, really appreciate it. I really do. Believe me, I don't. Anybody that comes on my live and spend time at my lives, regardless to who you are and how you feel about political or how you feel about anything. I appreciate you showing up because your time to me is very valuable, just like mine is, and I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks again, Ed. I appreciate you too, and definitely will be back on the lives later. I don't know about today, but probably more throughout the week or whatever case may be, depending on how my week is going. But I just felt like I had to get in here and give my thoughts on where I think the Republicans is not doing their job, and I got a problem with it, and I need to make it known that I got a problem with it. But I hope every last one of y'all have a blessed. I catch bluegill out there live. Okay, yeah, because I catch bluegill out there sometimes. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take that in consideration, digital. But yeah, you guys have a blessed, wonderful day. And like I always say, regardless of anything I say or talk about, without Jesus Christ in your life, nothing that I say or anything that I do is meaningless. It doesn't even matter. And the biggest thing I would always take out of this is that please make sure you have a relationship with God because that is by far more important than anything. He'll help you through it all. And I appreciate you, digital. Really do. He'll help you through it all. And with that said, I pray that y'all all have a blessed, wonderful day. Until the next time, peace.